As a prospective home buyer, timing your move into home ownership can be difficult. You naturally want to jump in when competition is less, interest rates are at their lowest point, and inventory is up. But getting all of those stars to align when you are ready to make a move can be a challenge. Hi, this is Christine Atkinson with Columbine by Mortgage, and this is your October timely topic where we're going to discuss whether it makes sense to buy now or buy later. So first, let's talk about the competitive edge. As I'm sure you've heard the saying, it's best to buy when others are not. So when the competition is low is when you'll get the best sort of deals and negotiation leverage out there. And the fall is a fantastic time for this. We often see that buyers tend to leave the market as we head into fall, and particularly as we head towards the holidays. But it is often a great time to jump in. Home sales are actually down year over year by about 5%, and they were down last year. So we are well below the levels of pre-pandemic home buying activities. So there is definitely some pent-up demand here, and competition is lower. The next thing is when home prices have actually slightly declined, not a lot. I think it's around 1% in Denver and the surrounding counties. So let's call it somewhat flat year over year, certainly off their peaks of April of 2022. So that's fantastic as well when you can get homes when they are at a lower price. And then the last thing is inventory. Inventory is actually up substantially from a year ago. We're about 20% higher. That is higher from the year before. And the year before, we hit a crazy low in 2022. So we are looking at some very healthy inventory levels right now. Next, let's take a look at the financial side of buying now versus buying later. Back to that appreciation. While it is certainly flat right now, and perhaps it'll go down slightly again next year, realistically, as soon as this pent up demand starts to hit the market, prices are going to appreciate again. So even at a modest 2 to 3% appreciation on a $600,000 house, you can do the math on that. It is becomes fairly substantial year over year as we move forward. The next thing to think about is renting versus owning in terms of the actual expense. Rents are actually moderated in Denver and not really increasing at the moment, so that's good. But over the long haul, they are most likely going to increase. In terms of a mortgage payment, it's important to understand there are two components. You have interest and you have principal. Over time, your principal payment increases and your interest payment decreases. So if we have rents eventually going up and interest going down, you see the natural gap that starts to happen over time. The last thing is just interest rates in general. Frankly, they're fantastic right now. So they're already a good time to jump in. But I like to view that as worst case scenario. So they're great right now, but honestly, we will attempt to continue to get them down over time. So you'll own the house, that will start and begin to appreciate. You will pay down the interest, we will bring down the interest rate, and you can start to see the gap in the benefits of home ownership. I hope you found this helpful. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to help you.